Hello, and welcome back to another of my Conan Exiles builds. Uh, Today we are in, this is G8, I believe it is, right here. And I'm going to be showing off some stuff that you can do with the uh, uh, Aesir Fortification uh, set. I've built in a couple different locations because I had some issues. This was my first successful building, I guess, um, because of uh, how wide or how wildly fluctuating the land out here is. It can be extremely difficult to build with the Conan Exiles. You need a perfectly flat area. Uh, not with Conan Exiles. With the Aesir Fortification build. This was originally a concept, just testing to see what I could do here. Um, you'll notice all of this is Aesir Fortification, with the exception of the staple fence here. All the building is Aesir Fortification. So you come out, this is what your standard fence post looks like, or your standard fence looks like. You have two sets of half stairs or stairs like that. So run upstairs. You do have a curved section for the fence here. That's what that looks like. For whatever reason, when you're building, you cannot click on the fence pieces to select them to build. You actually have to go into the menu. If you do that, if you do try and just click the button to select it by aiming at it with the tool, it'll tell you you don't know how to build this, despite the fact that you do know how to build this. So we're going to go in here into fly mode real quick, first person view. So you'll notice that the Aesir Fortification arch works just like the Training arch and the stable gate posts, where it is both a wall and a empty space at the same time. You can put fences inside of it. You can replace that Aesir Fortification with a wall or with anything else. Here's what the gate looks like. The gate frame and the gate itself. You have this nice pattern on the outside of it, and on the inside it's standard bolted wood. One of the biggest issues is that because the bottoms of the fortifications are foundations, it gives you less control over where you can put stuff. Like for example, right here I wanted to have one of these curving pieces out, one of the curved walls right here, but the game just wouldn't let me do it because there's just not enough here for it to build on. And if you use foundations to build up on it, you can't put those curved pieces on top of foundations. So anytime you have any fluctuations in the ground whatsoever, you're going to well, it's not as obvious here, but it's much more obvious in some of the other places. Also, for some reason, you can't always build. Like I was able to, on this one, I was able to put the curved walls here on top of the curved fortification walls, but it wouldn't let me inverse it right here. However, if we go down here to, oh wait, no, I'm going to want to go into God mode before I do that, because it will spawn me in the middle of the air. I have learned that lesson. Down here to G5 to my second attempt. Oh, it didn't spawn me in the air. That's a first. So again, you have the yeah, we're going to go ahead and turn fly mode on so I can make it easier to show you. Because the ground is not perfectly level here. You have spots where the foundation goes up or down, and you have to adjust your build to match it. And you don't get that nice uniform look, because you simply cannot sink these far enough into the ground to make that work. Which leaves you with sections that look like this, because right here the ground rose up just enough. And for those of you thinking, well, start building here and put foundations down here, well, then these pieces you wouldn't be able to put these pieces down, because these have to go into the ground. You can't put them on top of existing foundations. That said, with a little bit of practice, because the design does lend to straight walls, which are not the best looking in the world. Nobody wants to have super long straight walls like this right here. Oh, hi. This right here, you need to have, I need to break this up by putting some other stuff in here, but I just haven't gotten around to it, to be honest. I need to do more farming to do that. I've been using Terranian for the roof pieces. Up here I used Nemedian. I'll let you decide which looks better. This is one of the things I've been using to break up the straightness of the wall. You have these inverted curved pieces, and by putting two of them together you get yourself a nice triangle. It at least breaks up the straightness of the wall. We're going to go ahead and land and take a look at the inside. So the reason I started using the Nemedian, or not the Nemedian, the Terranian, is because I was playing around with a section in another building I built that I used some of the Aesir walls for interior walls. And I noticed that this particular combination seems to work pretty well, seems to go pretty well. This is the Argosian door, oh no, Aquilonian door, and the Terranian door frame. The Aesir set comes with no doors, comes with no door frames. But it does lend itself to nice large builds. This building is not going to really have the lived-in look with it, because I just finished it not that long ago and haven't really used it for much. But you'll notice that these raised sections aren't necessarily here by choice. The ground came up just enough that I had to add raised sections, and you can't spread it all the way through the entirety of the base, because then there are certain pieces that you just can't put down. It's too bad it's not nighttime when I'm shooting this video, because this area works best in the dark, I think. It's mostly unlit, with all the lighting directly on top of the items, the benches. So yeah, that's that. All in all, you know, it's not a bad set. It does have its limitations. I'm hoping that at some point a set 2 comes out that will address some of the things that I feel are missing from this set. Like, it would be nice to have an actual door frame. Actual doors. Because right now, let's see here, that leads outside. This is what I'm doing for, well, this was originally going to be a walkway with a bunch of treasures in. I'll be doing a video with my current actual main home that I use for actually playing the game. That has a much better version of that. But show you what I was planning on doing with it. In here, a little bit of Lost Dungeon, because that will make it that much more that's got to, they've got to cut through. And this was all going to be a treasure room. I say was because, realistically speaking, as soon as I finish making the videos for the buildings I have currently built here, I'm probably going to start over. The staircases are Nemedian. So yeah, that's that. I'd probably give it a, oh geez, I don't know, 7 out of 10. It's not a bad set. It just doesn't come with enough. And the limitations for some of the foundation, or for some of the fortified walls, just make them, they can make them too difficult to use in uneven terrain. Like, even here where the terrain is mostly even, I still had to make adjustments. Still had to modify things in such a way that, well, admittedly, at least it did create some interesting flow inside the house. Oh, another one of my complaints. This little gap right here. It is possible for you to fall through it, and there's nothing you can do to block it. There are no pieces you can put there that will let you block it. So yeah, here we go. Here's what the place looks like at night. Much better effect. Feels much more spellcastery, in my opinion. But anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.